Hello everybody, I am back on your screens after what feels like a lifetime with what I hope, or at least what I think everybody has been waiting for, and that is the return of the weekly festival news. Okay, that didn't sound as good when I said it out loud, but anyway, I am back, and obviously, as you may have noticed, or you definitely did notice, is that the festival news just completely stopped dead after weeks and weeks of consecutive weeks of it running, and there is a reason for that. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I can explain in another video, but it was almost mainly or almost exclusively down to the fact that it was very consuming, not just time consuming, it was just consuming in general. And there was a lot that went into it. Obviously behind the scenes there was a lot of research and looking into festivals and researching festivals and finding out this and that information before bringing it to your screens, and then obviously the editing factor. But aside from that, as we ran up to Christmas, we were very busy. We had a little bout of sickness that went through the whole household and stuff like that, and it was just taking too much time. So it sort of just knocked it on the head. Also, the fact that most of the announcements have been made by a certain point in the year, so everybody knows what's coming. So what I decided to do is not completely change the format, but just to make it more sort of like an informal chat, or like just a little natter about festivals, you know, just to talk about festivals, that either festivals that we've just been to or festivals we're about to go to, or just festivals in general. And you might notice that I've changed the orientation of this as well, because I am going to move it to a new platform. I'm going to move it to YouTube, so you're still going to get bites of it. You might get a chopped down edited version of it for Instagram, but the main videos are going to be up on YouTube, because obviously they can then be longer, and I'll try and keep the ones for Instagram down to sort of like a 10-minute mark. So I'm going to try and cram all this into 10 minutes again, but it's just not going to be sort of the rapid pace of announcements that you were used to when it came to the festival news. So where I'm going to start, obviously, and you'll notice as well, a change of location, change of studio. I am in Zuma right now, parked up at work, but and it's a mess because we've got to do some clearing out. I haven't even cleared it out since Isle of Wight. So, and that brings me to the festival that I am going to focus on today, and that is, of course, if you've been watching our stories, then you will know, Isle of Wight Festival 2024. Our first time at Isle of Wight, and cannot believe that it's taken us so long to go to this festival. Always wanted to go to it. We didn't think we could make it work logistically. It's tough, obviously, with the ferry crossings and stuff like that, but I'll get to that in a minute. But what can I say? I don't even know where to begin. If obviously you would have seen some of our stories, we were absolutely blown away by Isle of Wight Festival. It's completely stole our hearts, and for many reasons. Obviously we had that nice the shine of going for the first time, and it was just us as a family, just 4 of us, so we could all just concentrate on each other's well-being and making sure we were all having a good time. And you know what, we got to see so much. Acts wise, I saw more at Isle of Wight than I would see at a kids festival, and I don't know why that is. I think we just had more drive just to get out and see a lot of the acts, and we spent loads of time in the kids zone as well. The kids zone there, fantastic. We rolled up on the Friday, got the ferry over there, got the 9 o'clock ferry after driving straight. So finished work on the Thursday, sorry, not the Friday, on the Thursday, finished work, rolled home, got everybody packed up in the van, and we rolled down to Southampton. So we were originally booked, I think, on a 10:30 ferry, but when we got there they asked us if we wanted to do the earlier one, so we said yeah, why not. Paid a little extra 25 quid and got on the earlier ferry, which worked out really well for us, because we got there, we had to go quickly whip to accreditation first, and then we had to come back to the camper van field, which was a bit of a pain because accreditation was actually further on. And if you've been to the festival before, you'll know the whole Newport area is all one way. Everywhere there's one-way system, so it meant us going all the way back round the one-way system. Nothing, no biggie. We rolled into the campsite, into the camper van field around about 10:30, 11 o'clock ish, and to be honest with you, we just set up, went straight to bed. I had no interest really in going, even though I could hear there was music going on. Friday we got up super early, had ourselves breakfast and got ourselves ready. Really nice. One thing I'll say about Isle of Wight is the pace. It's a very slow pace festival. At least I found that in the camper van fields, that everybody just got up and just chilled. Nobody was rushing, going, I've got to get down there. There is a lot of tribute acts to start and stuff like that. There's a lot of local talent. So I think maybe people just saving themselves for the afternoon and sort of getting down there for 1, 2 o'clock into the main arenas, which is nice. Works perfectly for us because we were only a little bit before some of the people who were going down, some of the like older generation who were just taking their time. So we like the pace of Isle of Wight. That's a good one for us. Love the layout of it. It's there's no circular layout to it at all. It is literally one sort of snaky line that just goes straight all the way. So you have to walk past all the pages. You have to walk past all the stages to get to the main stage. You have to walk past everything. There's no avoiding stuff. There's no shortcuts. There's no routes. It's just one walk all the way and back. We counted it's about 25 minutes to get from the camper van field to the main stage. Not bad at all. Not too strenuous. Fine when you're pushing a buggy. It's nice and flat. It's nice and grassy. And you come across the first venue, which is the Electro Love, which was giving off real Yuma vibes from Coachella. We actually did get a little bit of a Coachella-y vibe off. Everyone's gonna go, oh god, he's talking about Coachella again. It's not that. It's just the fact I saw this in videos before we went, but it's very grassy, green grassy, and very flat, especially around the main stage as well. You look at that, you could mistake yourself for being at Coachella because you've got the big wheel there as well. You've got the huge Ferris wheel. That's a lot further back at Coachella. It's nowhere near the main stage, but just the whole vibe of it, yeah, it really does give off that sort of thing. And I guess they must have been there before. The organisers must have been to Coachella, because small fact for you about the Isle of Wight festival, a lot of people know that it is one of the oldest festivals in the sense that it started in 1970. It actually only lasted a couple of years before the government tried to put the dampers on it and did eventually get it banned from going ahead, because they were worried about the impact on the island and the impact on the residents and stuff like that. And then it wasn't until about 30 years later in 2002 that it restarted again, thanks to the help of a man who invested in it and wanted to see it back up and running. And he managed to, break down some barriers. And he did. He got it going again. And since 2002, it's been a flourishing festival. So, yeah, obviously, it's so funny because you're literally from where we were in our camper van field. You could see someone's house over there. Like, you see their windows and everything, and they were just looking down over the festival. The residents must love it, otherwise they wouldn't live there. But moving on, because I've only got a few minutes left to try and wrap this up. That stage is great. You walk a little bit further down. There's fun as you weave through. You've got funfair rides. You've got your stalls on the left and right hand side. It's just lovely, a lovely buzz of people and a lovely flow. Like a sea of people flowing in, a sea of people flowing out. And then you've got the kids zone. I mean, the kids zone was absolutely mental, unbelievable. There was always something going on in every single corner of it, and you just sort of moved around. They said, right now we've got something going on the talent stage over there, and it's like, okay, that's great. And as soon as that talent show had finished, oh, we've got a story going on over the lighthouse stage, and we've got a dance group going on over the main stage, and then this person's gonna do some juggling over here in the middle. And it was just constant the whole time. There was just always something going on in there. So we spent 3 to 4 hours in there, but like I was saying, we did not miss hardly anyone. We got to go and see Tom Meehan doing all the Kasabian classics. That was a set and a half, honestly. That was unbelievable. We got to see on the main stage, we got to see Jessie J. Who else did we get to see? Obviously we got to see Green Day, we got to see Simple Minds, we got to see Prodigy, Bootleg Beatles, the K's. I just felt like we saw loads of people, which is unusual for us because we're there at a family festival. We see less because we're doing more activities with the kids, and we're just sort of, I don't know, we just had more drive to just get up and just see stuff. So this is probably where I'm going to have to round it up because we're already running into the 10-minute mark. But as far as festival goes, fantastic. Such a nice crowd of people as well, friendly people every single where we went. Just nice, like, I don't know if they're regulars. It seems to me like a lot of people have been before. It didn't feel like a lot of people were there first timers. So but just helpful and just friendly and just willing to move out the way, even the young uns moving out the way for you and letting you go past by giving you a little, it's okay to go past. That's what we like to see. Maybe I'll do a bit more of a full in-depth review when it comes to YouTube, but for now, yes, Isle of Wight 24, we loved you, and we're hoping to come again next year. Peace out, people.